Carl Faubert sought information for a living. That is to say that ever since he returned from Korea, after having served with the armed forces, he had been working as a private investigator in Montreal. William Hamilton, a rich industrialist, had gotten in touch with him regarding a simple vandalism issue. Nothing to write home about. Not worth hiring a private eye either, just so he can drive for hours on rough roads. But that's how it had always been. The client pays, Carl gets it done. They had set up to meet at the general store, his client's business. Well, actually, the entire village had William Hamilton's name written all over it. When the roads were bad, muddy, or snowed in, it was customary around these parts to close them off. But it was also customary to ignore those signs entirely and drive there anyway. Hamilton never mentioned a road-blocking barrier. Why was it needed here in the back of Beyond? That would, however, be a mystery for another day. Carl had waited long enough for someone to come and raise it. Still not a soul in sight. There was no point in waiting any longer. Carl had to figure this one out by himself. Hamilton no doubt knew who managed the barrier. Carl wanted to give him a call, but that would have been too easy though, as sure enough the line was acting up.
Of course, why wouldn't it? Ah! Oh, I only get one fire starter? That's rude. I have both. What else do we have here?
The cutters made quick work of the chain. What better way to investigate vandals than to get into their shoes, Carl, the professional vandal, thought, reveling in the irony of the situation. Hamilton is waiting for Carl in the general store. It was time for him to get down to business. William Hamilton enjoyed a lavish country house built in the very heart of the northern forests, not too far from here. The local populace was divided when it came to the affluent man. Some saw a wealthy philanthropist dedicated to improving the region's economy. Others an aging Englishman who would do anything to further his fortunes. And those ones hated him enough to go on about scheming against him. Hamilton had recently acquired a few local businesses, but the last straw was the reopening of a mine, gave rise to a wave of protests and threats from the Cree people. Given these circumstances, Carl reckoned that a good number of people must be feeling compelled to oppose Hamilton in one way or another. So far, only the industrialist's house had been a target, but soon enough, Carl thought, the target would become the man himself.
Well, fuck. That's not good. A few hours later.
Carl needed to get out of
Where did all the snow
there.
come
The
from?
cold and the pain required
What?
urgent care.
It was perfectly sunny. Where did all the snow come from? Oh, they said the name of the game. Roll credits. Are you okay?
The driver had taken off. It was still best to check it out and leave nothing to chance. Carl needed help.
Aha!
It was a small, locked box engraved with the letters W.H. Carl thought about taking it. Nothing was to be left to chance.
Ha 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 ha!
Carl, ever diligent in his work, always carried his log on him, in which he scribbled down thoughts and leads alike during the course of his investigations.
Yeah, that's what I want to know. How the heck did it go from 52 degrees? That's kind of cold, actually.
This deep in the country, his last hope was to find an abandoned garage or a farm by the roadside. His life depended on it.
Oh, I need a flashlight. So I run. Yeah, first let's find somewhere where I can actually, or not die.
It was so cold. Already Carl did not feel his toes anymore. Even better than he had hoped.
Aha!
Carl Faubert had succeeded once more, and was now on his way to new adventures.
Okay, but how do I... Aha! Okay, so that's how I flashlight. Okay, I did. Am I good? I'm gonna assume I'm good. Assuming I put the keys on the car. And then we're out of here.
Spread out on a few acres of untouched forest, bellowing caribou, everlasting snow, and undefiled lakes, the Manistan region was no tourist
Who
hub.
needs a driver's test?
It
Just
was
play
said
video
to have
games
been
and drive.
populated for millennia by Cree people, and ever since the industrial era, by the metal mining industry. Jean-Luc Bédard had without a doubt been the closest man in the village to William Hamilton, otherwise known as Uncle Willie. The truck was running on fumes. Good thing that the general store was close by.
Let's just go backwards.
Surrender their divine nectar so easily. In all likelihood, they had to be switched on from inside the store. A milkman had to drive by every week to fill the bottles. The fresh milk indicated a recent visit.
Oh, I thought it was. Oh, it's right there. Great. I guess that means no. Oh, those are dogs! Oh, those are dogs! Are the dogs nice? Are they nice doggos? They're smelling something.
Maintaining his composure, Carl recalled something from his military training. Wolves always stay away from populated areas. Wait, was it about bears? Hate was in the air. Seems like some villagers barely tolerated each other. Something fell to the bottom of the box.
Oh! Well, hi.
Carl had no trouble recognizing his employer. He had been killed. There was no need to be a detective to figure that out. But only a detective could have noticed that the killer had to have been very close, that the fatal blow had been given before the victim even realized. The note explained that the garage and the store couldn't be supplied with electricity at the same time. Jumping from that height was akin to tempting death. Perhaps that man on the snowmobile had seen enough of this world already. A nice picture of the Magasin Lachance store, seemingly taken the day it was first opened. It feels frozen in time, from an era long forgotten. Amateur hunters showing some pride at having killed a nice pelted beast. With men like this roaming the area, wolves would become extinct within 10 years, Carl thought.
No shit, Sherlock.
An explosion suddenly occurred outside.
I'm glad it happened outside.
According to that log, it seemed like the whole village owed some money to the general store. Carl was far more interested in the bunch of nearby addresses he had just gotten his hands on, though.
Oh, thank you for the person.
The snowstorm pummeled everything in its path. Carl was not surprised when he heard no tone. Carl knew that Gilles Lachance was in charge of the general store. That made him one of Hamilton's employees. A very angry employee, as Carl could plainly see.
Well, nowadays it's like, oh, you're sick. Oh, there's a snowstorm. Oh, people still come in. Not to worry, I haven't reached now, so I'm too close. What do you mean? I do So wait, that dude wasn't in charge? Thank you. First aid kit. Nothing else. There was something on the body.
A radiator without power is as good as a wood stove without logs. Carl felt a chill down his spine and had a terrifying realization. If Hamilton was dead, then who was going to pay him?
Yes, because that's the problem. Sure, John. Okay, so there's two things.
The murder weapon.
Ah!
What was that doing there, Carl wondered. Hamilton must have been determined to keep some information secret to post this key. Shame he got unlucky. Everything made sense now. Poor Hamilton's denunciation was interrupted. and he figured it would be best to lock everything up and send the key to his correspondent, who would receive the box later on. Clever, but not enough. That's what happens to ordinary people playing spy. The crowbar was stuck under the lift. Notwithstanding Carl's imposing stature, car lifting wasn't part of his skill set yet.
Hardware and pliers.
Staring intently at the controls won't be enough to make that lift budge. The poor thing was out of power.
Oh, there was a generator. There was a generator. I get jump scared.
Carl was no electrician, but he could identify a wiring problem when he saw one.
This can't be.
Staring intently at the controls won't be enough to make that lift budge. The poor thing was out of power.
That's something. I thought it was on. No way. Now, okay, now it has power.
At long last, the crowbar was within Carl's grasp. Surely it would come in handy at some point. Carl was used to strange phenomena, but a chunk of ice like this, as if an iceberg came out of the ground, that was a first. Prints? Carl found a surprise at every turn. Was the camera faulty, or was there a possible lead? The Polaroid, Carl's long-standing and faithful ally, had seen its share of husbands caught red-handed cheating. There's always something out there waiting to be snapped away. Carl was beginning to know the store and its surroundings like the back of his hand. The Seeker had saw it.
Oh!
Carl wondered what the hell could that
Oh.
thing be. It looked like a man fossilized in ice.
Why is the music going on? What's going on? I just...
It was so cold. Already Carl did not feel his toes anymore.
Yeah, shut up. No, God, oh fuck!
All of a sudden, Carl felt like he was pulled inside a world of dreams. A cold, unknown dimension.
Oh!
Somehow, self-control was slipping from his grasp.
Oh?
To all appearances, this was a hunting log. Better yet, a war diary.
Okay, peace and joy, love, thanks for everything. Often engage the settlement work. They terrorize the lake. Never see them coming. Right? These sites are wolves. Attack. I had to cut his throat. Blade digging through his flesh. Fire. What happened to us? He's coming after us now? Along with it, I tracked the woodpile. I do not know the white man frozen in ice, but I do know this. Its attacks curdle the blood of its victims. White men know nothing. How do I know?
What could these engraved numbers mean? A fresh path suddenly appeared before Carl.
It's absolute. It's absolute. It's absolute. 7.
Carl had that feeling you get when you immerse your frozen hands in hot water. What happened?
Oh.
Now at least he knew who the unfortunate man petrified in ice was. Gilles Lachance, the general store's manager himself. That had to be the worst parking job ever. Who was Carl to judge, though? It may be customary to park like that around these parts. Or not.
Okay. So.
A radiator without power is as good as a wood stove without logs. buy nectar so easily. In all likelihood, they had to be switched on from inside the store. Carl knew straight away where to find the infuriated Gilles Lachance. Any good investigation would have to start there.
I go? Oh, I'm there. Well, that's not good. I gotta go back to the house. Is that frozen thing? Is that where I'm supposed to go? Yes, because he was the frozen. Okay. I went... I don't know. That's another song. That one. Yeah, nice. There we go. I know where I'm going now. Okay. Not the game you found.
It was so cold. Already Carl did not feel his toes anymore.
Are you kidding me?
The air was freezing, right down to the bone. The pot was cold, and the stew inside wasn't cooked. It's likely that poor Giselle was slow cooking it before she got snapped. What a waste. Looks like the holes in that puzzle are there to stay.
Does everyone just listen to the same song?
That window had seemingly been left open for a while, Carl thought. Given the punishing weather, it couldn't have been intentional.
Take a picture of that yet. Well, how do you flee us? Fuck, steak. Why do I have a steak?
Ah, moving. What a pleasant activity. Of course, you'll find the record player only to find the records weeks later in some random box. The general store, along with several more infrastructures in the area, had been acquired by wealthy industrialist William J. Hamilton. Perhaps the village should be rechristened Hamiltown.
Blood chant? More than 20 years ago, the generals wrote that. And this is wasn't as booming as it once was. So that was his son. So the son and the father both got killed. I feel like I'm in an episode of CSI. I'm not gonna read all that. If you wanted to read all that, you can.
It felt like old people were all these walls could see for years. The Lachances could hardly be blamed for wanting to freshen things up a bit.
So if I find a dead body in here, I'm done.
A nice white coating would restore the room to its charm of olden days. What a mess! Clearly, there was some major revamping work underway here. The place looked barely habitable. Beautiful portrait of Gilles and Giselle, bound together by the chains of conventional love.
Okay. I think that's everything. Let's go have a weird dream.
The otherworldly ice had struck again. The woman's hopes and dreams were frozen in eternity.
Oh, that's a girl?
Something was hidden under the stairs. The man grabbed his rifle. Carl felt a sense of dread in him. Perhaps their spousal relationship had been cooling down lately. It seemed like secrecy was commonplace in this house. The vision's veil was lifted, and he was back to reality.
Do I get to keep the diary?
A reality in which Giselle, Gilles' loving spouse, was motionless, frozen in ice.
Oh, so it's Giselle. Oh, so the husband and wife got... Okay, I thought it was the dad. My bad. Okay, September. Mother once told me when I first met Gilles that I'm probably saying it wrong. That I had him right as well. Just fly by. I'm seeing blackmailing scheme. Blackmailing. blackmailing scheme is a prime example of Gil's brightness. He's like a small dog. He thinks he's bigger than he actually is. He growls genuinely. He's scary. Everyone knows he can't be pushed aside just to be okay. He truly believes he can blackmail the big boss himself. It's going to be a long time in hell before Gills can manage to pull off such a feat. After all, Hamilton's rich, learned, and not only is that blackmail idea bad to begin with, he's, to be honest, let's be honest, Gills is his way out of his league. He doesn't know how he's actually going to carry this out. I don't think he ever would. He's just throwing random threats out loud in the kitchen. He says he'll do it eventually, but I know whether successful blackmailing requires masterful cunning, and Gil is master. Oh, damn! He is a slave and forever will be. I often look at that safe. If he keeps hidden in the big aha, in which, wait, is that what I need? 739. In which he stores all those documents he needs to use. I just cannot have two cars. Okay. Well then.
Carl had seen that kind of safe before. With its double-layered security system blending letters and numbers, its code couldn't be broken by the common burglar.
Do I have that in my notes? Oh, 739. Haha. What letter? Let's just. It's not A. Okay. I don't know why. So we tried A and J. Oh, maybe it's G for Giselle. Ha! Got it! It only took me 5 tries, but I did it. Haha! William Hamilton is a crook. He has been blackmailing everyone. Arrested. Wait here? This document is proof of the bribe paid by Hamilton to federal authority. Ooh, authority. In regard to the accusation of the fact that he still terrible. Down in the trail. The fact that he bribing government officials surely will. I can already picture it. I can already picture it making are all the same. Real. And Hamilton is not only a murderer. I do not. Okay. So, the husband had stuff on Hamilton. Hamilton was bribing. Is Hamilton the dude that I was paid by? I forget. So, the dude that I possibly was hired by was bribing authorities, blackmailing everyone in the village. But he was also possibly a murderer. The husband was going to try and blackmail Hamilton or something. I don't know what he was going to blackmail him for something. Okay, I think I got it. So now where do I go? Do I go back? Okay. Got a good bridge for that. I'm all nice and ghosty ghosty. So, does the map tell me? I'm gonna guess I just go back. Back to the general for now? So, let's freeze here. Let's just go back to the house and look around one more time. House one more time. Can't find where else we can go. I'll just stay here. Try and figure it out. Next episode, I guess. I have to look it up because again, this game doesn't have really objectives. That is one confusing aspect. They're all there. Is there anything else in the safe?
A nice white coating would restore the room to its charm of olden days. Many boxes scattered about. Carl didn't need to summon his detective training to quickly figure that the Lachauses had just moved in. Many boxes scattered about. Carl didn't need to summon his detective training to quickly figure that the Lachauses had just moved in. The cross looked after our marriage's well-being and served as a motivator of all the priest's sermons calling for royal worship on one hand and cautioning against guilty pleasures on the other. Indeed, the Lachauses were still part of the God-fearing generation.
Oh, wait. Mama? Hey, Mom.
stewed inside wasn't cooked. It's likely that were Zell was smoking it before she got
Was there a cigarette in the fridge?
Went away.
Okay, well, I don't know where I'm supposed to go or do, so I'm going to leave it off here and figure out what we're supposed to do next. If you guys have enjoyed the stream, please follow the channel so you don't miss out any uploads, and I will be also uploading this on my YouTube channel. Please go check that out. It is also just Gas and Shadow Wars. We have a bunch of games on there already, and if there's any streams that you have missed out and were really interested in, they are over there. You can watch all the episodes over there. I will see you guys in the next episode.